Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Saturday, December 14th, 2024. We're going to take a look at a cannabis ETF, MJ. And then on the lower time frame, we'll look at MSOS, which is the American stocks. But MJ covers all of a big group of European, worldwide, basically alternative harvest stocks. So we're taking a look at this one in a big picture, and then when we start trading MSOS, which you could, there is a trade setup here, and I'll show you on the lower time frame what's available. We're not going to trade it here, but when this market gets into bull market mode, then we'll do these videos more often, and we'll be trading them independently from the stock market. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We have MJ, which I chose to accumulate stock, and we've been accumulating the whole way down, and that's what we mentioned in the last video. No matter how low this goes, it's not going away. So we're going to accumulate and dollar cost average in this. I think the end is near, and I'll describe to you what we looked at last time as opposed to this time. And right now, the reason is because we're at a 10% juicy dividend yield, so we get paid to wait. MSOS does not offer that. That's fantastic, and it will move tremendously if you want to keep that in your growth stocks. Just know you don't get paid while you wait, and if that's okay, that's it's going to move faster than this one. The volatility is much more great in MSOS. So if you look at the tabs here on Thinkorswim, it gives you the volatility here, 71% implied volatility. And if you go to MSOS, you can see it's much more, 90% or so. It's all over the place because they're so thinly traded at this point. But all right, so let's go ahead and check out the charts. We're going to start off with the monthly and go down to the 65. So at this point, what we know is that over time, we don't know how much time. These are monthly candles. This could take decades. But over time, we're going to get a new high here. This is a corrective move, whatever the move came from. We're looking at the C wave being down here, being corrective. And this is all the information we have here from 2016 when we came up here to the peak at about 45. So, just the amount of risk reward here for holding on to this for decades and decades. This is a generational buy. And and I just highly suggest allocating a little bit of your dividend account, IRA, whatever you have, to tax benefits are always the best for this name here. So it's a bullish falling wedge. We're looking for a 5-wave move down here, and this could have been completed for the wedge. This could have been the completed bottom, and that's what we were looking at earlier with earlier videos. And as price came down lower, it made a new low. Now we're looking for the bottom once again. So we now know that this was a larger degree correction there. Okay, so we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-wave move. So with the indicators, we're getting in the oversold area with the slow stoke. We are forming more divergence, and I didn't update these charts yet. I'll do that with you. And now we have another monthly divergence that's going to play out for years. This is such a huge buy. Let's go down to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, again, you had this wedge breakout, collapsed from there. We're looking for this. First pop was at an impulse. Clearly it wasn't. We did have a breakdown here, and that could have been counted as the 1, 2, 3, 4, and just a very small 5. And what I think is that this is an expanded flat. So I don't think this is a wave 4 in itself. And we'll look at the daily time frame too, because I counted 5 waves in here. So that's how the market gets you. That could have been a leading diagonal for, and that's what we talked about, for a 1-2 setup. And after breaking down from there, that's when we know that this was a 5 wave, but it came from this A, B, C. So the conservative play, I love the accumulation because of getting the stock and the dividend. So I'm not worried about how low this goes. But the safe play on this, if you start to do options or so, this is a good support resistance right here, just under $3. And breaking above that would probably bring us into a breakout from the wedge as well. So that may be a really good time to add on to some leaps or duration type option strategies and such. Okay. Now, start to look at the Elliott wave. We'll start to look at the bigger picture while we're here. And what I have in the red is this being an A. I was talking about this being a 5-wave move, okay? So that would mean that this was a B up here, and it's fine. You can count it either way. It doesn't really matter. But that would mean the A was somewhere back here. We got a B, and then this all was a C wave. How I've been counting it with the 62% retracement here for B, we have the A, B, and then we're looking at 1, 2, 3. This was a higher degree, wave 3 right here. 4, and then we'll move these over and we'll use them within here. And I'll do that in the daily time frame. But I just wanted to give you the bigger picture as an ABC correction. So whatever happened up here, now we're correcting A, B, and C. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the daily and kind of hatch out this last move here. So this would be and we don't need these. We're not going to count that leg. So let's go A. After this move, that's an A. Expanded B, which made us confused and think that was a bottom. And then we'll borrow that too. And the C, 5-wave move up for an ending diagonal. And we now know that that's not a leading diagonal. And for wave 4. All right, now we're looking to complete this move, and we have positive divergence on every time frame, so we don't need to look at the indicators right now for all of them. Just want to show you on the monthly time frame how huge this potential is. And then again, let me duplicate this. We're looking at this being a triangle here. So this impulse wave 1 down. And we don't have a whole bunch of structure to positive structure. We don't have any positive structure at this point. So 1, 2. We're getting a 3 down here. And then wave 4 is this triangle that ends here. And then wave 5 is near, if not complete at this point. I think it's just near. I think we have a 5-wave move that needs to finish out down here a little bit lower. So maybe down into the 225, the lower twos perhaps. So let's take a look at this from a traditional look. So it's kind of forming a falling wedge here. I don't really like that because It doesn't fit. You have the triangle that broke down from there, but it's not gonna give us a low. I'm looking at, it's probably gonna break down even more. Maybe this is more of a channel. Bear with me. Possible. Well, I even think it's going to probably throw over on here and then break back up, okay? And here's how we're looking at it on the 65. On the 65, after breaking down from this wave 4, it appears that we have another wave 4 triangle in here, and we're looking for, so an A, B, C, D, E, and then a 1, 2. We're finishing up wave 3 somewhere around here, and I believe we'll get a corrective wave 4 and then 5, one more move down. So you can see how that's breaking down from this triangle, and then it looks incomplete with a 3-wave move here so far. So we'll be looking for a 4 and a 5 down here. Doesn't really affect so much with our buying. It's just a great opportunity in itself. But now we can look at some structure here. And what we'll do, the options expected move is really wide. So maybe we're looking for this $2 down here to stretch out. Wave 3 is already longer than wave 1. So wave 5 can certainly, with commodities, and this is under commodities, they can stretch out wave 5. They love to do that. So this could easily make it down to this options expected move down here next week and going into 2s. And if we start to get down to the lower 2, it may be typical just to make it to the $2, psychological dollar, and then we'll probably take some 3-month out duration trades, and I'll post that style of strategy it'll explain what the deltas are and things like that, and we'll post that into the end of the video and up above. So we're just going to finish off here with MSOS, because we'll probably trade this one more often with options, and this one appears that it may be even closer to completing. I can see it's kind of the same action here, triangle look here, and then a 1, 2, 3, looks like 3, 4 somewhere in here, and this is really trying to finish off. This one looks like it might actually end sooner, the American stocks, sooner than the larger market there. So 1, 2, 3, and a little 4 here, maybe down to that 343 area, or a little lower. All right, so this one looks like it's completing pretty soon here. So we may take a look at this later on this week, and if this starts to build on a little bit more structure, then we'll do another update on MSOS in itself, and maybe check out some trades with that. All right, so the options expected moves here, those will matter in the long run, and a break above this $4.11, you can see it's a great support area resistance. That should be a nice buy trigger in itself. Hopefully we'll hold above there. All right, thanks for joining us here, OptionsTender. Have a wonderful day.